Hey everyone! We're gonna be making, well, I'm not. I'm only doing the filming. But get ready, join in. Come on everybody. We're gonna be cooking with Sam. This is some fun. I'll be introducing her in a minute. Today it's gonna be pork chops and applesauce. Oh, sorry. Schnitzel. Schnitzel. But I'm waiting for these people to come on. So come on in. Come on in. I'm waiting for you. And then I'm gonna flip this camera because she's got everything all laid out here for you to learn. What's it? Schnitzel. So get in here. Hurry up, everybody. What are we waiting for? We're helping her launch her YouTube channel, Cooking with Sam, where, listen, young moms, if you just got married and you don't know how to cook, this is where you're going to come. Because Sam's launching a YouTube channel called Cooking with Sam, and she will give you, young ladies, one-on-one lessons. And it's not just for you guys, but we were thinking primarily, you know, young moms that don't really know how to cook yet. Maybe, I mean, if you didn't come from an Italian family where you come out cooking, you're gonna need lessons. So that's what Sam's gonna be doing, one-on-one Cooking with Sam lessons, and she'll teach you anything you wanna learn how to cook. And of course, it's for anyone. But we're gonna be launching her YouTube channel next week called Cooking with Sam on YouTube, and you can go to it now and start to subscribe, okay? And I will put that in the description. But without further ado, guys, hi, get in here and bring your friends in here now, because then I gotta go to find you and kick your butt, okay? You don't want that. So get in here now, get your friends. I'm gonna flip this camera. Hang on, I'm gonna flip this camera over to the kitchen area. Okay, this is a special kitchen. We can't really tell you. It's a secret kitchen. It's hidden in a very special area. And this is where she does her cooking because we've got this really cool island. Let's flip this sucker. How do I flip this thing? There we go. And there she is, everybody.
Oh, hey guys.
It's Mamma Mia, Cooking with Sam.
Everybody's hungry.
All right. She's got all this stuff laid out.
Okay. Oh, so we're doing pork today, pork schnitzel. Because last week we did red cabbage, so I figured we'd add a little something to go with that. So I'm going to show you what I did over here first. I had some really nice boneless pork chops. I did prepping already, but I just want to show you guys what I did. So we had this nice whole pork chop. It was too thick for me, so I cut it in half. And then I have it, ooh, we're going to get a little loud for a second, but I won't make too much noise. We have my little mallet, and you guys could probably find something to pound it with if you don't have a mallet. So you just want to pound it, start from the center and work your way out, because then this becomes this.
Oh, show it again. Show it again, because I blew it up and there you go. That becomes
this. This is
nice
our
and
original
thin.
pork chop. This is after it's pounded, nice and thin, because that's how you want it. Schnitzel is a thin meat fried in fat or whatever you want to say, oil or whatever. But they say fat, I guess, over in Schnitzelville, Germany.
Schnitzelville, Germany. Can anybody speak German? If you can, put some German words in there.
Hey,
Now, I'm
German
trying.
lessons. So what I'm going to do is we'll take this over here.
Bring this down. I'm trying to bring this
I have
down.
some flour that I seasoned a little bit with salt and pepper. I have some eggs that I didn't put too many in because we're not going to do the whole all the pork for you guys. We're just going to give you. So we're going to do this panko breadcrumbs because they're nice and a little bit fatter than regular breadcrumbs.
Oh yeah, I like the panko.
So it makes it a little bit crispier.
Okay.
In here, I know we did cabbage last week, but I'm going to put a little side of cabbage this week with some carrots. So I just shredded it up a little bit to my cast iron this week. I just shredded it, I threw some carrots in, and that's just for a little side. Throw some seasonings in there. If you want, like I like to do when I first turn it on, I let it get nice and crispy on the bottom and then flip it, then turn it down so that it gets a little thin. Gets a little soft, sorry. And then over here I have applesauce that I just started. I cut up my apples.
That's why I said pork chops and applesauce.
That's why she said it. Do we know where that's from?
Well,
Anybody know where that's from?
I only know it from the fly fishing movie with, what's his face, Brad Pitt, He goes,
Brady Bunch.
oh, Brady Bunch originally. That's right. He repeats
That's
it.
showing how old we are. Oh, we did it.
Oh, we weren't
So
even
we
born yet. Jeez, come on.
So we have some apples that I cut up. They're going to soften up. I put a little bit of white sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of water, and you just let it simmer down until however you like your consistency. You can make it thin if you want, like you can process it in a food processor if you have one, or you can leave it chunky depending on how you like it. So we're going to take our cutlet, and first we're going to put it in our flour, because you want to dredge it in flour.
Let me make my way over there.
Coming around?
Coming around the mountain.
Coming around the mountain. So put it in some flour. And dip it in our bread, dip it in our egg. And we'll put it in our breadcrumbs. Make sure your oil's hot enough, but not too hot, because you don't want it to burn. So you can use a canola or a peanut, which is a more of a low burn oil. It's not, or vegetable oil. You can really use whatever oil you want. Just have to watch your oil so that it doesn't start to burn, because you don't want to have that happen. Are we sizzling yet, friend?
Slightly.
Slight sizzle.
I noticed the Chardonnay on the counter. That's for the next episode called Cooking Fun with Sam.
Drinking with Sam.
Drinking with Sam.
Not too much though, because then we start to burn the food.
So you got it. Okay, so I hear it bubbling.
It's starting to sizzle.
Yeah.
Leave our applesauce down. This applesauce.
Now she's actually making homemade applesauce, everybody. This isn't.
Oh, yeah.
This is cooking over here, if you can see.
Homemade.
Oh, where's my hand? Over here. Oh, what else do you got there? Here,
That's the cabbage and the carrots.
Oh, let's talk about that.
I did. You missed it.
Wait, we didn't see it. We didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
So I got to get
So
closer.
I sliced it up. I sliced it up as thin as I wanted, or as thick as you want it. Just threw some carrots in there with it. And I'm gonna put that on the side.
And then this
for
is.
my hubby. And these were just.
She's making homemade applesauce.
And it don't matter how thick you cut the apples, because they're gonna cook down anyway. So you just give them a little smush. Let them go down some more.
Now this should be heated up enough.
Well, let's see. We'll find out. We've got water that's going to jump. Because you want to make sure it's hot. You don't want to put it in. If you put it in when it's not so hot, then it tends to soak up more of the oil.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll be greasy. You don't want to be greasy. Because this is going to fry really quick. So then in the meantime,
Okay, so you're saying the hotter it is, the better, because then
you don't want it to burn, but
otherwise
you want
it'll
it to
get too
cook
greasy.
fast, because you don't want it to soak up all
Right.
the oil.
Got it.
So what we're frying, we're not,
Yeah.
soaking in oil.
Yes. And Sam's also going to have a line of recipe cards too. So
Oh, yeah.
all these goodies are going to be a part of this, where you guys
So
can.
I line this with paper towels because we're going to fry this up. And that's going to come out, some of these. These are really nice. These come out really good when we thinned them out. Real nice cutlets. So we want to flour them. We'll do a couple. Egg it. This is so easy though. Such an easy recipe. You know, some people don't want to mess with breadcrumbs and egg and stuff, but you know what? It's so delicious. And you want to make some mashed potatoes. Whether you want to make, you can put mashed potatoes with them or Schnitzel. I didn't make Schnitzel today, but we'll do that at another time. You can buy it in the store. It's like a pasta, a Schnitzel, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
You can get it like in a pasta, in like a specialty store though. I don't think I've seen it in like the regular stores, like Price Chopper.
Probably Adams. But for people For people that are,
Adams or Big Bang.
that's right. But if people are in another state, or I should say, anything besides New York,
You want to make your own homemade.
make your own. Which you're gonna do that anyway. She's gonna
make our homemade. We don't want to.
It's already smelling good.
Because we don't want to, encourage you to buy already processed stuff. So, because we try to be as organic as possible, right, Fran?
Right. With the pork.
Huh?
I said with the pork.
With the fork.
Well, pork.
So I turn my oven on, and just throw your oven on warm to keep.
Hey, Star. I see Star on there.
Hey, Star.
Hey, Matt. Matt said he was going to start running to come to New York to eat. Right, Matt?
Oh, no.
That's a 24.
You'll be nice and thin by the time of that.
That's a 24-hour run. No, actually, if you're running, that's going to be like a few months.
Is it
What are you, North Dakota? I forget what he
You'll be
said.
way
South
too-
Dakota.
You be bone thin by the end.
Bone thin. There'll be nothing left.
Because I love to cook and I love to feed. Definitely a feeder.
That's an Italian thing.
That's an Italian thing.
Did you eat? You didn't eat. Yes, I just ate. No, you didn't eat. Did you eat?
Look how nice.
Oh, look at that.
Little cutlet in there. I actually have a bigger frying pan, a bigger cast iron. It's like this big. But we'll break that one out at another time too. Let's see what our cabbage is doing. I mean, you could sweeten the cabbage up too if you like. You don't have to. The applesauce, you can use maple syrup instead of sugar if you like. And you can do whatever you want to do with the applesauce. You can add another flavor.
Do you pre-boil these, or do they just?
Nope.
No, they just go right in, slice.
Put them right in there. Cut them quarter. Do them right in.
Okay.
And you don't even have to make applesauce. You could just make apples.
Yeah.
Just like that, and put it on the plate and let them eat it. You know.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like applesauce now, but
Right.
I've seen that as a side dish or a little dessert.
Oh, you're
for the
saying like
pork, too.
serve them. You could serve them like this if you
Yeah,
didn't want to
don't
mash
have
them and make
You don't have to make a mush.
applesauce. Here's your
All right, let me
pork
get a
chops
plate
and
for
applesauce.
Fran's.
That's the pre-done, and then these are all her honey, eggs, and flour. Or panko, sorry, panko, eggs, and flour.
We're gonna plate a piece up for Fran.
And then just for anybody who just came on, is that hot? It's a little bit hot.
Carrots.
Cabbage
Little
and
side,
carrots.
and you could add anything to this. It doesn't have to just be cabbage and carrots. You could add broccoli. I've done broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. Kids don't like Brussels sprouts. Add it to them if they like cabbage and broccoli. Little onion, whatever you want to do. You can add any vegetable to this. And little tomatoes. And a little cherry tomato.
Angela May said, beam me up some of that, ladies. She's in California.
Hey, California.
What else we got on here today? Hello, everyone. I see you guys on here. Zoom out a little bit.
I was in California once in my life. I went to see my brother.
I've been out there quite a few, but.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Scariest time of my life.
Really? California?
It was in I don't know. It was just very scary. And that other one I just put in there. We're gonna cut up. The rest of it, as you make it, you can put it on the paper towel, let it drain, and then stick it in the oven to keep it warm. And you can do this ahead of time, pop it in the oven and heat it up. The only thing is you might use a little bit of the crispiness of the
That's the end
meat
result right there. Look at that. That looks
Because,
good. Does that not look good? Yummy.
from heating it
Look
up.
at that. I like my Celtic salt on everything.
Alright, so Fran, we're gonna give you a little taste of this.
Oh, I get to do the eating. I get to do the eating, everybody. I'm
so
the
this
eater.
Is chicken, so you don't have to do this just with chicken. I mean, this is pork. You don't have to do this just with pork.
Yeah, you could do it with chicken. I do use chicken.
You can do. I was thinking chicken. I don't know. You can do it with chicken, veal. And like I said, these are center cut pork chops, but you don't have to use center cut. You can use a different cut. I just got those because they were on sale.
So I get to taste this. I am also a professional eater. So if you have any food laying around and you want to feed anybody, I am a professional eater.
Our next channel is Walking with Sam and Fran.
Walking? Yeah, walking and walking and walking and walking. Oh my God. No, you don't even understand.
Is it good?
I don't even like pork, and this is freaking delicious. Don't tell anybody I ate pork. Don't tell my sister. Oh my God.
So the apples, I'm not going to make applesauce.
Oh my God, this is good.
Because we're going to let Fran
just eat everything.
have this plate with the apples like that, so you can try it like that and see how you like it. I will make applesauce later.
So you want to just let them know how to make the applesauce? Just.
Oh yeah, like I said before, you can put it in a processor. You can just let this all cook down. It might need a little bit more water, but keep an eye on it because naturally the water from the apples comes out. So this might need a little bit more water, but you just let it cook down until they're nice and soft, and it'll.
And then just either mash them or put them in a processor.
Oh, absolutely. You can mash it with the potato masher. If you have a handheld one, or I have this little gadget over here. My bargain beater.
Well, guys,
it was a steal.
You got to see it here.
So I'm going to show you what it looks like when we're plated, though, real quick.
I'm going to plate it for us.
And then we're going. And Fran's going to fill up.
My phone's been ringing the whole time.
And that's Fran.
There's my plate. Look at that, everybody. There it is, hot off the press. All right, everyone? So don't forget, Cooking with Sam. I'm going to put in the description somewhere on this video her new YouTube channel, Cooking with Sam. Everybody can get a hold of her. You can get one-on-one recipes and lessons. I'm going to eat. What else do I say?
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you.